Today we are here to meet a wonderful person. She is not only an actress but also a model, Yureni Noshika. Hi Yureni. Yeah. Can you just tell you about in few words?
Well, me. Crazy, funny, loving, a very spontaneous, a very outgoing, friendly, pisu character, yes.
And it's something personal, but can you just tell me any nicknames of yours?
Oh, yeah. There are a lot. Okay, let me start off from the very favorite, Yureni. Yureni and Yuri Gagari, and my family pet name is Uni, and then people call me Noshi, Nosh, Eureka, Uranus. So there's a lot. There's many more to the list actually.
Okay, now can you just tell us who or else what inspired you in this career, modeling career?
Modeling, acting, yeah. I think I cannot say that I got inspired by anybody because this whole thing happened very, unexpectedly because I never wanted to become an actress or a model. From my college days, as far as I could remember, I always wanted to pursue law, and I was a brainy according to my friends when I was in the college. So I always wanted to continue with my further studies, and this whole modeling, acting thing just happened, just out of nowhere. So I'm still shocked, but I'm glad I made that choice of being an actor. And because today I have been recognized for my talents, and there's a nation who loves me. And it's just that there is a youth which follows me. And to become an idol or to become a source of inspiration to the youth, I think it is just amazing. And I think what inspires me, I think I inspire myself. Yeah, actually, even my website is coming up. Actually, it's been under construction for the longest time I could remember because my team keeps changing. And but even my website, I have named my website Yureni Noshika Inspiration Within, because actually most of the cases in most of I think aspects of my life, I think I've always found inspiration within. So I think I read books, I read, I do a lot of reading. So I think in most of the cases I always find inspiration within. So yeah, check out for my website, it'll be launched soon. And so yes.
So is there any initial interest for you to get into this field?
Initial interest as in, like I said, it all happened like, very, very unexpectedly, and it's just that I think when I initially started acting, I mean, I didn't know that I could act, but with time I realized it was something that I inherited, as in it was an inborn talent that I had it. So when I started acting, I kind of really got addicted to it. I mean, I wanted to keep doing it more and more and more.
Okay, we got to know that you worked with an Indian photographer, Debu Ratnani. Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the leading photographers in Bollywood. He captures like only the A-listers, like starting from Amitabh Bachchan to Shah Rukh to all the A-listers. So having to do with the shoot was great. I mean, it was such a great experience. And I just had so much of fun with him. He's such a sweetheart. I mean, he captured me so well. I think that was one of the best photo shoots I've ever actually experienced in my life. And you'd see me I'll definitely upload those pictures in my website. I cannot release it beforehand. And you can comment on it. Yes, it was a great experience working with Debu. And it's just one once in a lifetime opportunity because he actually doesn't have time for newcomers. And so yeah, working with the person was just I think that I'd call myself so very fortunate. Yes.
And slightly a different question. it's about fashion. And how do you see fashion, and any fashion styles you follow?
Okay. Have you watched this movie, Confession of a Shopaholic? Okay, fine. I have this. I have this weakness for all the designer brands. Not that I could afford all of that, but it's just that I really love all the designer, from YSL to Armani to Gucci's to Prada's to Elisab to whatever you name it. So it's just that I'm a huge fashion addict. But it doesn't mean, I think, but in my case, I think I define fashion as comfort, because I love fashions. I love, I really need to make this confession. I'm really addicted to all the designer stuff. Like, not that I could afford it, but I'm an avid fan of all these design brands, to YSL, to Prada, to Gucci's, to Louis Vuitton's, to Carolina Herrera's, to LA Saab, to all that, whatever. So, in real life, I think I always would go for something very elegant and simple. You wouldn't see me wearing all glittery and very like sequined and very bright colored, all these, I don't know, bling bling stuff. You wouldn't see Yureni Noshika wearing any of those bling bling stuff. It'll be very simple, very, very simple, plain dresses or plain t-shirts or plain, tops. And I always believe in elegance, I think. So whenever I dress up for a function or an interview, I wear very elegantly. I dress elegantly, and mainly the level of comfort, And you won't see me wearing very long dresses and saris, because I'm not a fan of long dresses and saris either. And I'll be wearing very cute dresses mainly, probably, yeah. But unfortunately, what happens is, Sajid, mostly when I go for, my dresses are actually up to my knee length. When I go for all these TV interviews, when I sit, actually it actually goes up to little above the knee length. I think most of the mums keep scolding me. Yureni Noshika always end up, "Ayo, oya kotata ba yandinne." So it's actually, it's not that I wear short dresses. It's just when I sit, it looks short because it's, so sorry. Okay. And so you need to do fashion. The young crowd today needs to do fashion, because it's all about personality, I think. Some people, it gives you a level of confidence when you do fashion, and for some people it's just a passion. They do it for for self-contentment. So I think for me, fashion, the other thing is, it depends on moods, actually. Recently somebody asked me, Yureni, how do you select when you go for a function? For me, it's all about if I'm in a mood to dress like really funky, I would go all the way. But if I'm in a mood to wear something simple, I would do that. But sometimes it depends on the mood as well for me. So yes.
Okay, can you just tell us about your first acting experience?
Oh yes, I'd love to say that, because till date that's one of my favorite teledramas. It was Kindurangana. It was a joint venture between Balaji Telefilms in India and Maharaj organization here. It was done by an entire Indian production team. So my first experience itself was with an Indian team, and it's just great. I mean, Sanju's character, it was so bubbly and alive. I mean, it was very easy for me to portray the character, because even in real life, if you relate, I mean, we have a lot of similarities. Sanju and Yureni has a lot of similarities. I, as a person, I think in real life, a very bubbly, a very active, energetic, enthusiastic person. And people even hardly believe when I say, actually, most of the TV stations ask me this question, do you really cry? I said, of course, yes, I'm a human being. Why do you think just because I always keep smiling? But actually, yeah, I mean, in most of the cases, I'm a very bubbly, active, I have a lot of positive energy around me, praise God. So I think Sanju's character was more like a very bubbly, very energetic, very enthusiastic, little bit of mischievous character. So it was just one of the brilliant characters I ever got to portray, and I think till date one of my best performances, I would say, and till date one of my most memorable characters I think I've really portrayed. Yes.
And Yureni, any unforgettable incident in your life?
Now this is what unforgettable means in which context? Now that's the next question. Well, okay, unforgettable experience. Now I hardly could. Okay. Oh, college. Okay, let me. Okay. I was one of the naughtiest. I was in the college hostel, so I get to go to see my grandparents. I think thrice a year. So, which makes it actually 9 months I stay in the hostel, college hostel. So, you hardly get to go out, so you become very naughty a bit. And one of my matrons, actually, she's scared of cockroaches. She used to get really, really scared of cockroaches. So I came up with this brilliant, creative idea of collecting cockroaches, where Ivy had a friend who actually can, touch these cockroaches, and she can, so she does all that. So I got her to collect about, I don't know, I can't remember, a bottle of, she collected like these jam bottle size bottle. She collected cockroaches over a period of a week. And what we did, what we did was, this was just before our long holidays, right? So say on Fridays we were supposed to go on long holidays. So on Thursday night we have this something called midnight feast. So what we planned was, and these are all my master plans, what we did was, we collected all these cockroaches, and our plan was to go and actually dump it inside her room in the middle of the night. This is around 1, 2 in the morning. And we wanted to actually make noise because otherwise she'll be fast asleep, she won't know. So what we did was, and we had these partitions in the hostel. So the rooms were just, separated with a partition, yeah. So we could, when you get on top of a locker, you could actually peep into the other room. So got on top of the locker and put all the cockroaches in her room, and we, as usually, got off, made some noise. So obviously then she'll wake up to put the lights on. So, right, she switched the lights on. And that was it. We were punished till the next day, till I think 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, till the following day, and that was one of the most horrible experience. And I had to go to the principal's office, had to give an explanation, and so yeah, those were like cute, naughty memories. Yeah, that was good. And I sure till I hope, Miss Guru Singha, hope you don't hate me still. Right? Yes.
Any secrets behind your success?
Secret as in, I think for me, I never had a very, what can I say, I never had a very comfort life. It was always, my life was full of ups and downs, and it was kind of a rockier, I would say, a path for me. And I think I'm a Christian, and I have a very strong faith, and I think I used to complain. I was like, why me? I think we always ask questions, why me, why me? But I think when I look back now, I think everything had a purpose. Whatever the incidents which had occurred in my life till date, I think everything had a purpose. So I think that really got me strong and very focused on what I wanted to do. So I think when I want something, I make sure that I'm very focused, and I make sure that I give my 100% commitment to it. And I always visualize my goal. And it's just not that, okay, I want to achieve this, okay, fine, I sit and we sit around and, just do nothing. I always, I think these were all, I think, like I said, my experiences from my childhood through whatever I've been through in life, I think these were, as a whole, really helped me to achieve, to become Yureni Noshika who I've become today. So I think for any person, I think any young person, what I would say is, everybody would want to think big. Achieve something, big in life. But don't just think. Always start visualizing it. Always just get on to action. You just don't say, okay, don't keep postponing things, and always be focused. Be focused and committed to it. And when you follow a dream, follow it with a passion. I think that's the key to anything. When you have a passion, and it drives you towards that, and you need to keep visualizing, and you need to keep a deadline. I think what happens with most people, that they have all these goals, but they never set up a deadline, right? They'll say, okay, so even if it takes 10, 20, 15 years, they won't mind because they still have that dream, and whereas it's still working at it. So when you need to, when you have a deadline, you make sure that within that time period, you make sure somehow at least you'd achieve half of it. So yeah, I mean, that's the piece of advice I could give it to all the youngsters out there. Think big, dream big, follow it with passion, follow it with a lot of passion, be focused and be committed to your goal.
Some advices to you guys, and something different now. What's your most favorite commercial you have ever appeared?
I think most of my brands, I think I've endorsed. I like. I mean, I can't particularly say one because all the other clients will be very disappointed. but to be honest, I think I found Maggie commercial, Daya commercial, very sweet. Yeah, I think it kind of created quite a rage. I think everybody started calling me Daya, Daya, Daya. I remember when this particular commercial was aired, I think the World Cup was on or something in Sri Lanka. So I went to watch few of the cricket matches. So the entire pavilion I could see, Daya, ooh, and I was like, oh my God, now this is, I was like, fine, okay. So, but I'm happy actually. It actually got to the masses. I mean, I think Maggie was one of my cutest commercials, I think.
I have seen another ad with John Abraham.
Oh, John Aya. John Aya lasana ne. If all the girls are waiting to hear that, I'm sorry to have you disappointed. He's not that good looking, trust me. I think we have way better looking guys here with better looking bodies. But yeah, he's a nice human being, of course. He was a very down-to-earth. I mean, he's a very down-to-earth person. He really made me feel comfortable when he got to know the very minute that I was from Sri Lanka. So came up to us and spoke to me, and he's a nice human being actually. And I was fortunate enough to share the screen space with him, and it was a wonderful memory. And it was one of my I think what do you call those milestones in my career, international career, to have appeared in a commercial with him. And I'm happy. I'm really happy, and. Yeah, I'm happy, and I'm glad I did something with him. But look-wise, even I got disappointed. Looks-wise.
And we also know that you can dance very well. Tell us something about your experience at the Sirasa Dancing Stars.
Well, dancing, I'm no dancing queen, girls, please. No, I can't dance. I can't dance to save my life, I think, but I think I can move a little bit. And thanks to my choreographer, I think I managed to put something together and perform. Well, no. I'm so glad actually people still actually appreciated my, whatever the little talent I had in dancing. And well, I'm looking forward to another dancing reality show. And it's just news. I still haven't decided whether I'm going to go ahead with it. But of course, if I'm at all decided to do another dancing reality show, it will be towards the end of this year. And yes, we'll see how it will go.
And these questions are towards your personal side. Just personal. Yeah. Tell us something about your family.
Well, I'm the only child of my family, and I lost my parents at the age of 7. So ever since then, I think I was brought up by my college hostel. I was given offered a full scholarship from my college hostel and from the Methodist church. So yes, I've pretty much been orphaned, but not that I'm very. I'm not sad saying that I was orphaned, but I think I'm happy because that's what actually the very reason I think you are seeing somebody called Yureni Noshika is the reason that I have come all this way, through all that, the circumstances I think, happened in my life. I think I feel very happy, and because I think I'm a strong person. I'm an independent woman today, and so I'm very very happy the way that I have led my life, and I'm extremely proud of who I am.
And something bit naughty body. It's something about your friends.
Oh yes, I have very very handful of friends. I do not have many friends. I have actually my good friends. It could be less than my five fingers. I've got very very few friends, and they're there for me. I know I hardly talk to them, but I know whenever I need their help, they'll be there for me. And even if I want to they'll be there to listen to me. So I'm glad that I have actually, at least few genuine friends, because now, people could have like hundreds of friends, but then finding that one genuine friend is not that easy. In my case, I have few genuine friends, sincerely, who would be there for me and who would guide me through. And they've always been supportive, very supportive of me throughout, be it my career, be it my personal life. So I think I'm very fortunate to have surrounded with such lovely friends. Yeah.
And this is a bit more personal. And what do you think about love?
Oh, interesting question. Love. You mean LOVE or LUV? Okay. Okay, love. Only love. No, not about lust. No, it's not. Okay, love. Okay. I mean, love is just an amazing thing. I think everybody would want to experience. It's such a beautiful thing. I think if I could, I'd fall in love every day. If I could, I would. But yeah, it's just an amazing thing to happen to any human being. Yeah, falling in love, like falling in love with true love. Yeah.
Did you ever find someone like that? Your Prince Charming?
What can I say? I need some tissues. Because I still haven't found that Prince Charming yet, and I don't know whether I whether I ever will be able to. But let's see. I think God has a plan, and I'm sure there's somebody for me made out there, and waiting patiently. But if I don't get married, guys, don't get disappointed. Don't worry.
Okay, and that's a bit interesting. And what do you think about Sri Lanka and your career? Is it possible to be a good model in Sri Lanka, or else to go abroad and continue their job?
Actually, sadly, I must say, in Sri Lanka, modeling as opposed to international modeling, I think it's like way behind, and we need a lot of catching to do, and I think we're just in the very very primary stages. And so to become a professional model here, it really doesn't give you in terms of monetary, I mean, financial stability is not there. You could be a model, I mean, definitely you could be a model, and you will enjoy doing all the shoots and stuff, but the stability wise, I think it's still not there. We're yet to get there. So Sri Lanka needs to, there are so many ways in terms of fashion modeling. There is I think this country needs to do a lot of catching up. So I think even for the youngsters, if you're coming into modeling, you can, but don't make it your bread and butter, because it's actually not a profession that you can actually consider it as a profession. But at least an actor here, you could, because financially your stability is much, I think, secured in the acting arena than the modeling. So yes, but internationally, yes, if you really love modeling, fashion, I think best is go international. I mean, take that plunge. What can I say? Because I think most of people, they're holding back, because you should never hold your fears back. You need to just go forward. And I think if you ever wanted to if your dream is to become a model, I think the best thing is join a modeling school. Maybe, again, I'm saying overseas. We do not have, I really don't think we have all a very professional modeling schools here. So I think you need to start from the basics. There are so many things in terms of modeling where you need to learn as a model, and where you have to face with the lightings and the styling and all that. So I think you need to first do a little bit of studies and then go internationally, because even in India there's lots of opportunities for young talent. So I think you really need to go international if you're really looking at a modeling career. And in terms of fashion industry here, needs to be developed. I think it has come so far from what it was to what it has become today. I think it has really developed, but yet there is a lot of development needs to be what can I say, it needs to be developed in industry.
And being a model, maintaining the figure is very hard. Any tips for the youngsters out there how to maintain the figure?
Yakadusan. Gym yakadusan. Mamage yakadusan. No, it's nothing like that. Yes, very sad. I especially the men actually. Let me talk about the men. The boys, I'd say boys. A lot of the boys, I think, when I see them, I was like, honey, me podi kollo kilometer, because this is the age, because you're not going to be in your 20s for the rest of your life, so you need to look good. It's the only time you can make an effort to look good. I mean, you don't necessarily need to be an actor, or you need to be in the showbiz industry, but taking that extra effort to look good, feel good, it's just a different feeling altogether. I mean, once you get there, you would know. So I think I think this is the time that you need to be fit and charm all the girls. So all the guys, I think it's pretty sad in Sri Lanka, at least now there is sort of a now people have actually started going, the youngsters, I've seen a lot of young guys started going to the gym, they're working out. Necessarily don't need to go to a gym, but at least go for a run, jog, play some sport like football, rugger, whatever. Be fit, keep yourself fit. I think that's what you need. I mean, and even the girls, if you can just go to a gym, you could either join a dance class, you could do Pilates, there's yoga is really good. I think these are the things that you need to do when you're young, because once you cross this age, these times are never going to come. Once your looks are fade, it's just gone. So it's sad, some people, they just really don't look after themselves. When I see them, I was like, oh my god, why? It's so young and just don't seem to look after themselves. So it's really sad. So I urge all the youngsters, look good, take that extra effort, walk, go for a jog, dance, play a sport, whatever, and just look good, take that effort. Trust me, it'll make a difference in your life.
And not only going to gym, any food patterns you follow to maintain your figure?
Oh yeah, now I'm not gonna tell my diet here because you'll freak out. But yes, I'm mostly away from most of the starch. You don't see me eating a burger or a donut or whatever. I'm a very health freak in that sense. I'm more into, I eat brown bread, so I don't eat white bread. And so it's just that I always temper my food, like my vegetables, with olive oil. So I really normally I use very less coconut cream in my curries, but I'll eat a lot of steamed fish and a lot of salmons, and then a lot of veggies. I eat a little bit of rice, and I'm more into a lot of protein stuff. So my diet is like 80% is like proteins, like chicken, like grilled. Even chicken is grilled, fish is grilled, or either steamed fish. And so I'm quite a fan of Japanese food. It's all raw. So I mean, if you can have raw veggies, even in the night, I would have a raw salad with some little bit of dressing. So and even in the morning, I have oats in the morning, and then I have my fruits in the morning. I have my pomegranates, and then I have a combination of fruit and vegetable juice. Yes, now that's interesting. I'll have carrot, beetroot, and apple juice, like all three in one. So that's like a kind of energy booster. and and then I have my eggs in the morning. So my breakfast is like most like the healthiest breakfast, and then night would be like a raw salad or something. And if I'm so lazy to grate all the vegetables, I'll just go for a small those instant Maggi stuff, noodle stuff. Sorry, no Maggi, instant noodle stuff. I just go with that's just once in a way. Yes.
And, being in the acting field, it's like male seems to dominate that field. And being a woman, what do you think about a male dominating that field?
Yeah, I mean, our country itself is a male-dominant country, isn't it? So I think it doesn't come as a surprise to me that most of the males have taken over. But I think even the women in recent times have, being in par with men. So there's a little, slight incline of women coming to power. So don't worry, you'll see. Give us 10 years, then we will be like, it'll be a female dominant industry. So all males have to come running behind us. Yes.
We'll see whether it happens or not. And being the last question, any message to your fans out there?
Yes, I love you all, and actually I am hosting an event for my fans, and it'll be at, I'll give you the venue right now, it'll be at Dry Kilton, and I'm going to select about 75 to 100 fans, and I'm just going to have a very entertainment session with them, like dancing, singing. We're going to have a ball of a time, so I'm looking forward to seeing you all. And I love you very much, and I am who I am today. It's all because of you. And thank you so much for encouraging me, motivating me, and thank you for all those lovely messages which I get daily on my Facebook. And thank you so much. It's such an inspiration to just start off a day with your lovely messages, and it's such an encouragement for my career. So thank you so much. Keep sending those. I love you all, and I'll see you soon.
I thought of finishing with that question, but I got a small rumor that you can sing well too. Can you just sing for us?
Baba, black sheep, have you any more? Yes sir, 3 bags full. 1 for my master. I can't sing to save my life, so please don't ask me to sing. But yes,
And that's it from Yureni, and we thank you. Thanks a lot for spending your valuable time with us, and that's it from XtreamYouth. Thank you.
What else do you want me to say? Yeah, okay. What fashion styles do I follow? Okay.
That's it from XtreamYouth. Thank you.